Post number 2, September 8th, 2010. I'm going to post what happened and link the video footage, but last night just got too real for me. I think I'm done messing around with this. I passed out pretty much immediately after making that thread, but last night, that Elegy of Emptiness statue, you know, I had a dream about it. I dreamt that it was following me in my dream, that it would be minding my own business when I feel my neck hairs stand up on end. I would turn around that thing, that horrible, lifeless statue would be staring at me with those empty eyes right at me, merely inches away. In my dream, I remember calling it Ben. Never before have I had a dream that I could remember so vividly. But the important thing is I did get some sleep, I suppose. Today, putting off playing the game as long as I could, I drove back up to that neighborhood to see if the old man came back. As I expected, the car was still gone and no one was home. As I was walking back to my car, the man next door mowing the grass killed the power to his lawnmower and asked me if I was looking for someone. I told him that I was looking to talk to the old man that lived here, to which he told me what I already knew. He was moving, trying a different avenue. I asked if the old man had any family or relatives I could talk to. I discovered that this old man had never been married, nor did he have any children or grandchildren through adoption. Starting to become worried, I asked one final question, one that I should have asked from the beginning. Who is Ben? The man's expression turned grim, and I learned that 4 doors down, around 8 years ago, on April 23rd, the man informed me that it was the same day as his anniversary. That's how he knew the specific date. There was an accident with a young boy named Ben in the neighborhood, shortly after his parents moved, and despite any further attempts to talk to the man to get more information, he wouldn't divulge anything else. I went back and started playing again. I loaded up the game and immediately jumped at the title screen where the mask flies by. The sound that played was that normal whoosh sound. It was something much more higher pitched. I pressed start. I braced for the worst. Just like 2 nights ago, the files Your Turn and Ben were displayed. Truth be told, I looked at the Ben file earlier. It seemed to fluctuate between displaying the owl save and not. I brought up the Ben file, hesitated for a moment, noticing that the stats were not the same as they originally were 2 days ago. It seemed like he had completed the Stone Tower Temple this time. Summoning my courage, I selected it. Immediately, I was thrust into complete chaos. Sure enough, I went outside the Stone Tower Temple, but that's about all that was expected. The zone itself wasn't called Stone Tower Temple, but rather Stone, with the last 3 letters separated from the word. And immediately a dialogue box of complete gibberish that I couldn't make out greeted me. Link's body was distorted. His back was cocked violently to the side, where his posture was permanently disfigured. Link's expression was dull, almost monotonous. He had an expression on his face that I didn't recognize before. It was a blank look, as if he was dead. As Link stood there, his body spasmed irregularly, back and forth, and I examined what had become my avatar, and noticed I had a C button item I'd never seen before, some kind of note. But pressing it did nothing. The sounds played back and forth that I didn't recognize from the game, almost demonic in nature, and there was some kind of high-pitched yip, or a kind of laugh or something playing in the background. I had all of 2 minutes to take in the environment before another one of those freaking Elegy of Emptiness statues was summoned, and immediately after I was cut into the Dawn of a New Day screen, except this time without the barcode subtext. I was a Deku scrub in Clocktown. This scene was normally played after the first time you traveled back in time. Tata would say, "What just happened?" It's as if everything has, but instead of saying "started over," she finished her remark in broken text as the laugh of the happy mask salesman played in the background. I was put back into the control of my character, but from a effed up camera angle. I was looking from behind the door to the clock tower, watching my avatar run around as a Deku scrub. Seeing as how I really had no place to go, because I couldn't see anything, I begrudgingly went inside the door. There I was greeted by the happy masked salesman, who simply told me, "You've met with a terrible fate, haven't you?" Before the screen whited out. I was in Terminal Field as a human again. I might as well not be playing the same game anymore. I was being warped around like there was no sign of days, clocks, or anything. I took a moment to get my bearings as I looked around the field, and immediately I could tell this was not normal. There were no enemies, and a twisted version of the Happy Mask Salesman theme was playing. I decided to run towards Woodfall before I noticed a gathering of three figures off to the side, one of them being Epona. As I approached them, to my horror, I saw the Happy Mask Salesman, the Skull Kid, and the Elegy of Emptiness statue just standing there. I figured maybe they were bugged out, but by now I told myself that I should know better. Nevertheless, I approached them carefully and found that the Skull Kid was playing some kind of idle animation on the loop. Same with Epona, and the Elegy of Emptiness statue was doing what it has been doing all along, just standing there eeringly. It was the Happy Mask Salesman that scared me more profoundly than the other two. He was too idle, wearing that crab-eating grin, but wherever I moved, his head slowly turned toward me. I had not engaged any dialogue with him, nor was I in combat with him, yet his head still continued to follow my movements. Reminded of my first encounter with the Skull Kid on top of Clock Tower, I pulled out my ocarina, to which the game played the ding sound when you're supposed to play the ocarina. I tried a song I hadn't played yet, the Happy Mask Salesman's own song, and the song that has been playing on loop back in Day 4, the Song of Healing. I finished playing the song, and as I did, an ear-piercing shriek blasted my TV. The sky immediately started flashing. The Happy Mask Salesman twisted theme song sped up, intensifying the fear inside me, and Link exploded into flames and died. The three figures stayed lit up during my death screen as they watched my lifeless body burn. I can't describe to you how sudden and terrifying the transition from eerie to terror it is. You're going to watch the video if you want to see firsthand. That same fear that caused me to lose sleep 2 days ago started to grip me again as I met with the text, "You've met with a terrible fate, haven't you?" For the third time. There has to be some kind of meaning behind that. I had little time to ponder as I was immediately giving another small cutscene of transforming into a Zora, and now I found myself in Great Temple Bay. Hesitant but curious to see what the game had in store for me, I slowly made my way towards the beach when I found Epona. I wondered why the game had decided to put her here. Was the game simply implying she was trying to get a drink? Unable to take my mask off, I decided that riding the steed wasn't the reason she was placed here. Suddenly, I realized that Epona kept neighing, and the way she angled made it look like she was trying to signal a point to me off in the distance. It was a hunch, but I dove into Great Bay and started swimming. Sure enough, I almost missed it. I found something at the bottom of the ocean. One last Elegy of Emptiness statue. I went down to examine it, and suddenly my Zora started doing a choke animation I've never seen a Zora do before. Which didn't even make sense, because Zora can't breathe underwater. Zora can breathe underwater. Regardless, my character choked to death and died. And again, the statue was the only thing that was highlighted in my death. I didn't respawn this time. I booted back to the main menu as if the console restarted or something. The press start screen was before me. I knew the only reason why it would put me here is because the save file had changed again. Taking a deep breath, I pressed start. And I was right. The new save files told me about Ben. It made sense why the statue appeared when I tried to go to the laundry pool. The game must have anticipated how I would try to escape. Day 4, Clocktown. The two save files told me his fate. As I suspected, Ben was dead. He had drowned. The game obviously isn't through with me. It taunts me with the new save files. It wants me to keep playing. It wants me to go further. But I'm done with that crap. I'm done touching any more of the files. This is already way too horrifying for me, and I don't even believe in the paranormal. But I'm running out of explanations here. Why would someone send me this message? I don't understand it. I just get too depressed thinking about this. The footage is up here for those who want to see it and try to analyze it. Maybe there's some kind of coded message in the gibberish or something, symbolic in what I went through. I'm too emotionally and mentally drained as crap to crap with it anymore.